Well, welcome to the channel, viewers. We're going to do something absolutely sensational. We're going to walk and talk on this sandbar. This is where I kite surf down at a place called Yamina. It's actually one of the natural aquatic wonders of the world. This is where 5 waterways meet as one. I don't know exactly how they explain it, but it is. You can see how fast the tide's running. But we're going to go out, we're going to have a talk about life. The first thing you need to know about life is get out of the alcohol and drugs as quickly as you can. I don't care what anybody says. If you don't need it, then don't have it. That's my comment. You'll hear the jet skis in the background. This is Edelong on the New South Wales Central Coast. Beautiful place. And we're going to walk out as far as we can and think about life and some of the stuff that we can do to make life better for ourselves and for those around us. So number 1, micro-incrementally, if you're an alcoholic or a drug addict, find your way out. Even if it's to a minimal level of use. Find your way out to that minimum level and then build on that. You'll feel better. You'll have a sense of self-worth. Your appreciation of yourself will grow. You'll feel stronger and appreciate yourself, as I just said, more. And it's going to take tremendous effort. See, some of you people are prepared to go through a breakup and all the pain that comes with that, all the heartache, mind damage and trauma that comes with losing a relationship because of not having the right things in place or just deteriorating and losing interest or whatever you do, whatever happens. But you'll hang on to the things that are causing these things to happen as we look back. This is one of the natural aquatic wonders of the world, and I'm so grateful to be able to live here. We kiteboard here and wing here. There's fishermen. The water moves at about 5 up to 10 knots, very fast. It'll wash you away. And just where he's standing, about 5 meters away from where he is standing, it's quite deep. I think it's like 10, 15 foot deep. So no drugs, no alcohol as far as you can handle it. If you smoke, and I've had a few of my girlfriends try and give smoking up, but the stresses of their lives and the things that lead them away from their relationship, well, with me anyway, that cause frustration and aggravation within the relationship, sends them back to the darkness. That's what I've found. I've seen them try and come out of it, and it's not because of me. I'm fully supporting these people intimately, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, mentally, you name it. But watching their lives and what life does to them and how they navigate it just doesn't help them to come away from these stress relievers. They just hang on to them, and that's up to them. Everyone's entitled to do what they like, and we're a fair way out now, as you can see. I try and make my talks a little bit more exciting, being a bit of an Australian adventurer. Ministry got too boring for me. I had to do something different. I was a bricklayer by trade, so I still manage that. And we're going to Sydney Airport next week. We're going down around the airport. We're going to work there. That's going to be good. I'm thinking about camping down there. I've got a little camper, so I might take that. And of course there's Botany Bay right there, so I'll wing and kite and get you out there for all of that. The way out of nicotine isn't easy, and my mother died from it. She loved the smoking and it killed her in the end. That's okay. A few of my girlfriends have smoked. It hasn't worried me, but it didn't help them. You listen to them breathing when they're asleep and you can hear the death rattles and all that stuff that comes with those habits. And it's amazing to think right now we could be only meters away from a great white shark or something like that, just in that deeper water there, just there. And look how spectacular that is, viewers. Other habits can be gambling. I grew up in a family of gamblers. My grandfather was an SP bookmaker. As far as I understand, my father still sits at the tab on a Saturday, pretending that his big excuse is was meant to pick number 2 and I accidentally picked number 3. He's been saying that for the last 15 years that I've known him for. They'll lie to justify their habits. And he was with a woman who never got over her first husband leaving her. And a very sad story. She'd get shock treatment every Monday. I didn't think they still had shock treatment, but they do. She'd get shock treatment every Monday. She's in a home now. He abandoned her, more or less, in typical narcissistic fashion, malignant narcissistic fashion. He visits her occasionally now, but went on with his life and left her in the home. I don't know what to say about that. I hope you're enjoying this scenery, some of the best scenery you'll find in Australia. I'm bringing it to you through the channel, Pro Theologist and Pro Brick Exclusive. Pro Theologist for the Christian people, the religious people. Pro Brick Exclusive for the tradies and secular people. And what another thing I find is people won't resolve stubbornness, anxiousness, things like this. Just denial, blame shifting. They just won't bring things into order, and this again causes tremendous, horrible conflict with people. A lot of people end up losing again their relationships. I've lost a few like this. Just driven to the point where I decided I'd be better off on my own. I didn't want that. I tried everything to avoid it. I've spent months being tolerant, hoping for elements of resolve, but no. And they'll make excuses and things for themselves. But that doesn't fix or change anything. Once your tolerance is gone, you soon realise that you're with the wrong person. Their values are different to yours. The way they go about relationships are different to yours. And you've wasted your time in a way, only in the way of the sense that the relationship was never going to be anything of that was going to last, which is sad because you do love these people and I'm sure somehow they love you as well. But if the fruit's not there, then no, you have to decide to let things go for your own sanity, mental health, and physical health as well, because when you start suffering trauma by way of negligence, narcissistic negligence in a relationship, and narcissistic negligence is when things just don't get fixed, the momentum gets lost, and they're just there for the sake of being there. Nothing's really being resolved, nothing's being renewed, nothing's being recalibrated. They're just hanging around for supply. That's narcissistic negligence. You'll ask them to bring something over and, oh, sorry, I forgot. That's negligence. They didn't forget to get the grog. They didn't forget to get, and you've got to be willing to accept this. There's an Australian fisherman, one of the more enthusiastic ones, coming out here like this. So there's many, many different things. And it's not about finding things. It's about listening to your mental health, to your mind. Turn up the best version of yourself that you can be. Deliver the best part of yourself that you can for the person that you're with. And that really should be reciprocated, and if it's not, that can be difficult. And it'll come down to your tolerance and what you feel is best for your life. Because remember, I'll say it again, narcissism is degenerative. When somebody starts to go backwards into a relationship, you probably, more likely than not, are dealing with a narcissist. The next thing you can do to keep your relationship intact is eat well. Watch your diet, be careful what you eat, what you consume. That can affect you greatly. Another thing you can do is exercise. You don't have to be an Olympic athlete. Just get out and do a 20-minute walk, get some sun, fresh air. Next thing you can do is contemplate. Contemplate where you're headed, what's going to be best for you, what decisions are going to work for your advantage, what things you can do to help yourself move forward in life, give yourself strength to change things that are pulling you down. And there's a good view of the jet skis in action out there. Contemplation, prayer. Sit, let your soul rest. But don't be ignorant in that. Sure, clean out the cobwebs and let your God go through and fix things. But at the same time, be aware of things that you might need to fix as they're brought to your attention. Well, I'm heading in now. I hope you've enjoyed this talk. Another thing you can do is get plenty of sleep at the right times. If you're not sleeping well, consider what your worries are. Face them. You might need to ring someone. You might need to talk to someone. You might need to stop talking to someone. You might need to come back to yourself and appreciate yourself a little bit more than what you are. But plenty of sleep helps all aspects of your life. And it's very important. I don't mean to be a sloth, I just mean get the right amount of rest to help you to function at your best capabilities each day. Don't do any wrong to anyone, avoid hostility, be forgiving, This is Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison. I'll pan around one more time, excuse me. Thank you for joining me, and bye for now.